Hey, 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 all you hip chicks and hip cats. It's good to be here, and you'll notice, and Steve Andishaw is here, far out. That's great. Yeah, turning up like a bad penny from England. Yeah, I know you got a thing with your voice, but I was really happy to hear you were whistling. And I've got an echo going on, which is really weird. Hold on. Let's see if that's better. No, it's not. Oh, well. We'll echo today. It's probably they've got something turned up too loud. Let me know if it's a bother. And I'm going to start with the land acknowledgement. I should say, first of all, bonjour, Annie. Anine, bonjour. My name is Catherine M. Thompson. I'm a singer-songwriter and poet, and I am beginning Ojibwe language class to learn Anishinaabemowin. We acknowledge that this event sits on the treaty territory of the Mississaugas of the Credit First Nations and the Six Nations of the Grand River, as well as the traditional territory of the Anishinaabe Nation, Haudenosaunee, and Wendat confederacies, and the lands of many other Indigenous people who passed through or called and who called or still call this land their home. This territory is part of the Dish with One Spoon Treaty, an agreement between the Anishinaabe, Haudenosaunee, and allied nations to peacefully share and care for the resources around the Great Lakes. In making this statement, I acknowledge and honor that these lands carry the truth of the lives that were taken and the agreements that were broken, and the wisdom of ancestors whose spirits live on in the soil, animals, and vegetation. In stepping on this land, we seek both forgiveness and permission from these ancestors, with the agreement that we have the responsibility to honor and to respect all who are here now and all who have yet to come, recognizing that in many ways, these lands remain restricted from teachings, resources, and development in partnership with the Indigenous peoples. We are grateful for the opportunity we have to live, to receive gifts from, to work on, and to benefit from this land. And I welcome you, and oh, Marianne, you're here too. Good Easter Monday, yes. And I was amazed. I really took me all weekend. I knew that it coincided with Passover, but also with Ramadan, and I hadn't put that together. And however you celebrate, whether you're celebrating the coming of spring or one of the religious, like Easter and Passover and stuff, it's certainly part of our tradition, that the Easter bunny and the Easter eggs and all the rest of it. So yes, good Easter Monday. I wanted to let you know right off the top, I'll repeat this at the end, that I'm taking a couple of weeks off. It's tax time. My procrastination has been extended by other things going on around me, and things that I keep doing instead of the taxes, because I have an accountant, but I have to, of course, send her all the information. And so I just need to focus on that for the next couple of weeks. So that will be next Monday, and the following Monday, which is the first Monday of May, I will for sure be back for before Mother's Day. So, or just after, I'm not sure which Sunday Mother's Day is, if it's the second or third. I got to check that out. Okay, this echo is bugging me. I think I've got something turned up too loud. Okay, that's better. What I was humming on the way in is the one cover I'm going to do today. This is going to be a bit short and sweet. I'm going to do 3 of my songs, a poem, and a cover. But I'm kind of going to go slap dab with them. Steve and Marianne, if you're on, I know that you're watching on YouTube. I'm totally sorry to all my friends and fans and followers out there, because it took me until last week when Sheila Tucker told me that you can watch on YouTube, but unless you have a YouTube account, you can't like or comment on either the live chat or even afterwards. I had no clue about that because I just sort of assumed like everybody watches YouTube videos, don't they? But I guess not. And so there may be people that are part of our little crowd that, can't comment even if they're watching. That's what happened to Sheila. The sound is great, fantastic. Yeah, I just turned the speaker down a tiny bit, and it seemed to. I think what was happening is it was picking it up on my mic or something. And anyway, thanks, Steve, for letting me know. And I got to come and watch one of your whistling. If you're whistling, that's so super. Years ago, I knew somebody who came. I don't know. He placed in the world. Whistling or the American whistling competition. I just thought that was so cool. I didn't even know it existed. Yeah, you guys have accounts. I guess you do. But, I don't think you have to pay for them. I do because I've got songs on there. But for, if you're not putting any professional videos up, I think you can just have your sign in. And if you've got Google, if you use Gmail, you've automatically got it gives you your connection to YouTube. But anyway, I will get on. I have a little shout out for, this is for Rebecca King out in, I always want to say Washington State, but I'm pretty sure, maybe it is Washington State. I got to look it up. But at any rate, she's out on the West Coast, and she's American and much, much younger than I am. And she was commenting about the Leonard Cohen piece that I did last week. And so that book, I just threw it down, which was a mistake. But this book, which was written, it's Philippe Girard, and it's a graphic biography of Leonard Cohen. And it's really neat, but it sort of tells his whole story, obviously encapsulated, but gives you some idea of his background. Speaking of background, well, I don't know if you can see or if the windows just look kind of misty. There are two things out there to have a look for. You can see the little yellow spots in that. Those are daffodils coming up. The swath of daffodils is being snowed on. Okay, snowed on. It is... well, it says it's 3 degrees out there, but the problem is, I guess we got things going on in the upper atmosphere, and there is a warning for today and tomorrow about really heavy snow, heavy wet snow in southwestern Ontario. So, and it was weird because, again, this morning it was bright and sunny, but the clouds rolled in, and I thought, how many Mondays has this happened to us, eh? It's really crazy. Anyway, I'm going to get on. And before I do that, Marianne, I'm just, are you getting snow there yet? Because I suspect you're going to get more than we do. Apparently, I'm on the lake here, and it's not going to be as much. I'm going to do my a cappella cover first because this song it's a memory. And I don't see Susan Shurish on here, but when we were teens, Pat Boone was one of her. She was a fan, and so this is a song by Pat Boone and Shirley Jones. And from what I could see, it actually, I think they wrote it, but Pat Boone made it famous, and. Yeah, and I keep, there was one movie that Pat Boone did that was a really kind of legitimate movie, and it might have been called April Love. I've got to look it up. And it was good. I remember it being really good. April love is for the very young. Every star's a wishing star that shines for you. April love is all the 7 wonders flowers. One little kiss will tell you this is true. Sometimes an April day will suddenly bring showers, rain to grow the flowers for the first bouquet. But April love can slip right through your fingers. So if he's the one, don't let him run away. Sometimes an April day will suddenly bring showers, rain to grow the flowers for the first bouquet. And April love can slip right through your fingers. So if he's the one, don't let him run away. So that's the one to look up. Yeah, I don't even know how many people know that song anymore, but there you go. And so it's actually appropriate that it is rainy and gray out there, because I just, and maybe I'm in a bit of a blue mood because I've decided I've got to stop doing this for a few weeks. And I promise you this much: when I come back, you'll be able to watch on, I will conquer the restream. I tried to do the, I watched the video from Ecamm Academy about how to get the comments into the screen about 3 times, and I'm missing something because I can't do it, but I promise that and the restream. And even if I go from to YouTube and to Facebook, and just hope like hell that Facebook does not, doesn't mute me. That's why I'm over here. So some saddish songs today. Spring Morning, I've read before. It's Mourning, Spring Morning. The air I breathe is soft and sweet and still. Fruit trees blossom trembling on the hill. Dogwood gleams ghostly in the dell. The sunlight filters through. And oh, the laughing of the brook, the songbirds' longing trill. I walk on through this rebirth. I smell the pungent earth, newly turned across the meadow. And who would ever know that you had left me here alone to witness all the world reborn and our love freshly killed. So that's one little piece of my poetry. Now, I'm going to do one song from each of my CDs. And you guys know all about this, but I'm just going to, like I always do, I'm going to put the website up here. And I'll check, but I think you're both on my website email list. If you're not, please do join, because I do get a letter off just to let you know about the Monday Live, and I will be sending another one out, and any other bit of other news that I have, I will attach. I'll make that part of the letter. I've had also on here, you can buy my CDs in my store, and I am going to be adding some of the other things that have been suggested, like Marianne, I love your suggestion of a Swing Daddy cup for Father's Day, and I think I'm also going to do a cup or something that has hey, 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 all you hip chicks and hip cats on it, because I think that would be great. And maybe the pins, like the little CD covers only as pins, some things like that. It's going to take me a while, but I'm going to get those cups, and I'm going to do the Wildcat masks, and then I'll leave the others until a little bit later. So watch for that in a couple of weeks. They should be there. What else was I going to tell you? Oh, I don't know. Here we go. So this, it's a funny thing. This is from from Celtic Cat. And the funny thing about it is that I used to sing this all the time as a solo. And then when it was recorded in the duet, a kind of a call and response duet between Chris Weatherstone and Emily Brady, a.k.a. Emily Brady, who sang on that CD for me. And so I don't often sing it as a solo anymore, so I'm going to do it today. I've always quite loved it. I think I wrote it originally in the Dorian mode. I'm not sure what mode it's drifted into since, but here we go. All right, go to the end. And that's Ian Harper on his uilleann pipes. And the rest is Chris playing Irish drums and things. Oh, sail, fisherwoman, sail away. Oh, why do you sit anchor down? Oh, well, I must stay in the harbor today, for my crew has gone into the town. Oh, for my crew has gone into the town. Oh, well, sail, rover woman, sail away. Oh, why do you sit anchor down? Oh, well, I must stay in the harbor today, for my crew has run me aground. Oh, for my crew has run me aground. Oh, sail away. Oh, why do you sit anchor down? Oh, well, I must stay in the harbor today. They have wrapped me in chains and I've drowned. Oh, they have wrapped me in chains and I have drowned. Sail, gypsy woman, sail away. Oh, why do you sit anchor down? Oh, well, I must stay in the harbor today. They have wrapped me in chains and I've drowned. Oh, they have wrapped me in chains and I have drowned. Now, the word on that third verse that kept getting chopped is then sailed gypsy woman. So it's fisherwoman, rover woman, gypsy woman. She kind of gets wilder and freer, but at the same time, she's pulled down and down. And for some reason, the arrangement that Chris did, I have a really hard time jumping on that, then sail gypsy woman. But I wanted you to know it was there because it's part of the meaning of the song. So there you go. Yeah, that was on, like I said, that's on Celtic Cat. And I was going to do, no, I can't even remember which one I was going to do. I was going to do maybe I was going to do Swing Daddy or something from Cool Cat, but at any rate, I decided, this is kind of a little rainy, snowy live today. So I just want to see what you guys have to say. It's definitely snowing a little bit now. Yeah. I think that we've been slow changing our snow tires, and it's just as well, because they're now saying, don't change your snow tires for a few days. I don't know, do you have snow tires over in England, Steve? I wonder about that. We need them here, we really do, because through the winter when it's below zero, and it can be slippery from snow or from a freezing rain, we definitely need them. So this is Reunion, and this was, I know when I did this. I did Reunion when I read Golden, because it's the final song in Golden, but it just seemed to, it's sort of the misty memory of lost love. We very rarely have to use them, I guess not. But and the other thing that's strange about them is that you're not supposed to have them on the car after it gets to above 7 degrees. So I have now snow tires off April 28th. Oh, that's good. That's good. You've got this week. Okay, Reunion. Let me get that up. Here we go. I was going to do it last week. And I didn't. This is Nathan Hiltz and Jeremy Edwards. Strange how loud the silence after all these years suddenly comes back to me, the laughter and the tears, and odd how fleet youth's dream is when reality appears. Funny how time passes, how things change. I would be a dancer, you a diplomat. Now here we are, two small town faces wearing small town hats. And are you happy? I can see you are. I guess that is that. Funny how time passes, how things change. Dad of 3, my goodness, how time flies. Funny how time passes, how things change. Say, do you remember? Oh, please tell me that you do. I know we could never be, I know dreams don't come true, and this I know that long ago I was in love with you. Funny how time passes, isn't it strange, isn't it strange? Isn't it funny how time passes, how things change? That is one of my favorite songs, but it's hard to sing with the instruments. I sang it, a cappella for so long. Nathan Heltz is an amazing jazz guitarist. Nailed it after like one rehearsal. And then Jeremy Edwards, who plays all kinds of things like a baritone clarinet or something, big long clarinet, but he had used the mouth harp on that. And one of the reasons it was because Chris was like, oh my God, you change key every single verse. And but Nathan didn't have a problem with that. And what Jeremy did is he changed his harmonicas with each verse when Chris dubbed him in. So that's kind of a bit of fun. Well, I'm going to do "Put Down the Guns" from Wildcat, and the reasons I chose it is because I at first I didn't think it was really appropriate for what's going on in Ukraine, because I wrote it in response to the rising gun violence in Toronto and the Golden Horseshoe. A little teenage girl in the town next door to me here just got arrested for murder, and she's a teenager and she's a female. Oh my God, I don't know the details, but it's that kind of thing. However, this is the end of Easter weekend. This is with Passover and Ramadan. All of these are festivals of peace, and the spring is about renewal, it's about peace. And so in the hopes that Russia will back off and leave Ukraine be, and that everyone can put down the guns, I'm going to do "Put Down the Guns." I just have to find it, because I did not think to search it out, so I will try to find it. I have a whole file of my a cappella, and no vocal. There we go. Black flowered children, bring back the sun, with peace and joy and harmony, a blossom for each gun. Let's march for civil liberty, we march to stop the war. It's time to turn this world around as we have done before. Guns, people, put down the guns. Grow a garden full of harmony and love for everyone. Put down the guns, put down the guns, put down hatred and put down the guns. Choose to love and not hate, choose peace, not war. A garden full of harmony will rise up at your door. Reach out to your neighbors, love each and every one. The only way to make a change, put down the guns. We can stop the killing, each person must be willing, but it can start with just one. So put down the guns, people, put down the guns. Grow a garden full of harmony and love for everyone. Put down the guns, put down the guns, put down hatred, please people, and put down the guns. love one another. Put flowers in the guns. Put down the guns. Put down the guns. Love one another. Put flowers in the guns. Put down 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 the guns. And it was interesting, I thought, that Chris chose a march as the arrangement for this song, because at first I thought, well, that's really kind of weird because it's sort of military, and then I realized, no, this is like a protest march. And we had a few other voices joining in there, which are Shari Talon, Chris, of course, Shari Talon, and Natalie Wong. And you know, I mean, it's a sort of thing that, you know, gosh, we just have to do something about these madmen that start unnecessary violence in the world. I was going to sing Breathtaking Gown as well to just have an outro. There is a really, I've got a couple of videos, and I can't seem to, if I've put them up on YouTube, I can't seem to find the originals. So I'm not using any videos today, but I'll just go out with Breathtaking Gown. And it's 4:30. I was, you know, I talk so much. It was kind of ridiculous to think this was going to be 15 or 20 minutes. I'm so glad you guys are here. It's lovely to see you, and I understand that there may be others who are watching who can't comment or even like. I think you can't even like, but yeah, I would just say whoever gets to watch it, thank you very much for coming, and I'll see if I can change that between now and when I'm back. I'm going to be gone for 2 weeks, the last Monday of April and the first Monday of May, okay? I'm just going to go out with Breathtaking Gown. And I do want to point out one other thing. The Scylla that I had for my cover for this is a photograph. Yeah, it is snowing heavily. Yeah, thanks Marianne and Steve for liking the song. That's great. But if you look out, I'm trying to think where you can look. If you look over here in this area, you can barely see it, but there's quite a patch of Scylla there, and our neighbor that way, the Pennies, their whole backyard turns blue. It's amazing. So we've got the yellow daffodils coming up and the Scylla blue, and I've got a yellow room and I got a blue shirt, and these are for Ukraine, yeah, and anywhere else in the world. I mean, we're focused on Ukraine right now and the Russians, but in Myanmar stuff is going on that is Russian-backed, and there's a whole thing in the Middle East that goes on in Africa, and you know, it's just like we need some peace, people. We need some peace. Anyway, here's Breathtaking Gown. Trees in the orchards are burdened with blossoms. Birds have returned and their songs fill the sky. Fields are fresh turned and the grasses are green. Time for the planting, for springtime is nigh. All dewy the dawnings, all misty the mornings, the sunsets in glory, each night o'er the town. Each sign speaks of summer and whispers it's coming, while nature greets life in a breathtaking gown. All dewy sky and stand golden and brown. Corn streamers rustle, all crisp in the breezes. Fall is at hand, and the leaves are come down. Oh, clear are the dawnings, all fresh are the mornings. The sun sets in glory each night o'er the town. Each sign speaks of winter, but speaks with such splendor that nature greets death in a breathtaking gown. All clear are the dawnings, all fresh are the mornings. The sun sets in glory each night o'er the town. Each sign speaks of winter, but speaks with such splendor that nature greets death in a breathtaking gown. And that's all for today, people. Thank you so much, Steve and Marianne. It's been lovely to have you here with me. And I won't see you next week. I won't see you till the second Monday in May. In the meantime, have a lovely, lovely spring. And Bama P, see you next week. No, I gotta stop saying that. See you the second Monday of May. See you later. Oh, I'm trying to push the wrong thing. There we go. End broadcast.